All right, we're live. Red Hook Function House. We were on vacation last week, 4th of July. But tonight, we're back for another edition of our show, and we'd like to welcome back to the show after a 3-year.
2 year.
2 year? Is it two?
Almost three.
Almost
You
three.
guys were on season
Almost
2.
three. No, I think it was season 1, right? Were you guys on season 1?
The end of 2016.
Yeah, so season 1.
Oh, wow.
RSAM.
That's right. What's
Well,
up? What's
Thank you for
up?
having us
What's
back,
up,
guys. Very
boys?
excited.
Welcome back, guys.
Much
It's
appreciated.
been a long time.
I guess there's a lot to talk about
Oh yeah, big time.
over the last 3 years.
3 years goes by quick,
It does.
right?
It does. It does. It does.
Blink and it's
Obviously-
already.
Yeah, even when you guys hit Andrew up for us to do it again, like I feel like even that went by quick.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
was a few
I
months
seen
ago.
you. What did I see you? HQ? I ran into you. I was like, yo, we gotta do another show.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was, but I do remember running into you and we
Yeah.
were talking about it. Right.
So 3 years,
We're back.
more music, more tattoos.
Oh, we have a lot more tattoos.
I see
Definitely
that.
a lot
Few of
more of
those.
that.
Few of
I
those.
see that. How many more tattoos over the last 3 years?
Too many.
I don't know.
I don't even
Lost
think I had
count.
like
I've
any.
lost
I had
count
like
by now.
just this when I came
Yeah,
in
I
here
don't know
last
if,
time.
I don't know what I
Let me
had
ask you a serious question.
There you go.
How do your parents feel about those tattoos?
They got used to them.
They've lost count by now. So, they don't even
They-
notice. I came out with like half this
My
thing done,
parents
and they're
hate
just like,
tattoos.
Yeah, mine did too. No, it's
I
just
have
like,
my whole leg is done, so it's like.
They got used to them.
yeah.
That's what it
real
comes
So
quick.
what's up, guys? I want to make sure that everybody hears you. So make sure you're talking to the
Hello.
mics.
Yeah,
Be
you're good.
careful. So let's dive right in, man. What have you guys been up to over the last couple of years, music-wise, gig-wise? Talk to us.
So really been focusing in the studio a lot. Like that's been our major key for like the last 3 years now. It's just been, studio every day. Got a couple big releases coming up. I think we had a couple releases right after we were done with this. We had
Yeah, it was right
two
after.
tracks on Kreider's old label, Sasumi Records.
Okay.
One we did with our boy Camarda, and one we did with the other boys, Digital Junkies. And then we did another track with our other boys, NXNY. They're from New York too. And that came out on
Black Lizard.
Leandro De Silva's Black Lizard. And then I kind of took a step back because for a minute, me and him were going to go different directions for a while.
Okay.
Andrew's a great open format DJ.
That's how I started.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
So,
I don't think we spoke about that.
Yeah, that's
he's,
where
he's
I,
a very,
I
very good
started.
open format DJ.
So
And I kind of wanted to
Yeah,
stick with
we
Tech
didn't-
House.
yeah.
But we weren't sure what was up for a while. And then we decided we're back together and stronger than
well,
ever.
it really was a cross point of where we didn't know which, we thought we were going to go in different directions, and then we actually got hit up by Kreider and was like, all right, you guys are going to come play my party in
Back in
Miami Music
Miami.
Week, and then
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
all right, what are we doing
Yeah,
here?
we
Why
gotta
are we going to
pick a
like
direction.
stop?
Sounds like a
that
big
makes no
sign.
sense.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah,
a huge
it
sign
was,
for us to be like, all right, we
it was
got
an
to keep
eye-opener.
going. So,
So,
ever
yeah.
since there, we just picked it back up, and we took a step back, and I guess kind of realized just for us getting a little more mature was just maybe not focus on much of just trying to play every single show and like let's get into the studio and really bang out some tracks, and then people are really
Get
gonna
our
like,
sound, get a direction, not start playing with every artist that we get an opportunity to, but more of
Right.
like what's going to fit our brand and our
Yeah,
sound
really be
and
selective
our future
about it.
because
Right.
some of these labels don't like to want to release your music if they see you playing like some big EDM DJ when we're focusing more for like a tech house sound.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's tough with the gigs too because there's just a limited amount of rooms.
Well, that's
Yeah,
it.
In
and
the
money's
tri-state
always
area.
pretty good. So it's hard to turn down some things, but got to think long term. That's what took us a while
Yep.
to realize.
All right, that's good.
I mean, so the industry changes every year. Like things are
Literally,
changing. you know?
literally, like look
Always
at
something new.
look at Fisher's track now, losing it now. Everybody's like loves
I
Tech
know.
House. It's
Like
like,
Tech House
Well,
is like a
what's
thing,
the
right?
biggest change that you guys went through? I mean, besides like splitting up, getting back together, like musically, did you change your sound at all? Like,
tiny bit.
A little
I
bit.
think we go more for like bigger bass lines and better sample hooks and rather just drummy stuff now.
Right. Yeah.
But we still got a little bit of our old flavor in all of our new productions, things like that. So, it's definitely like one of the harder parts is finding your sound,
Oh, yeah.
sticking to it in the studio. Because
probably the hardest part.
you get your ideas in the studio and you're like, oh wait, what about this? What about this? And then you don't finish
too many
projects, and that's
ideas.
like,
Well,
what you find happening in the studios a lot is like you start sounding like your favorite DJs or producers. you know?
but we want to sound different too.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
be
what
our
it
own
comes down
sound.
to.
you
That's what we
know?
wanted at first, right? Let me just base all our
Yeah.
tracks off this, and it's like
You
like,
reference the
yeah.
track, and then you're like, well, we don't want to be the next so and so. We want to be
And-
the first RSAM. So
And then
Right,
I guess the other thing is like you don't want to like jump on the bandwagon.
Exactly.
another
of like
thing.
what's
100%.
going on.
100%.
You know,
Because
like,
then you
people
wash
doing
out
that.
like that.
there's a
Don't wanna
lot
bite
of like
anyone's
things
style.
happening in the house music scene. Like Afro house has like become so big, right? Over the
Yeah.
last year and a
Yeah,
half.
And now
yeah.
everyone's a half.
And now everybody's like playing Afro house, and like everybody's, you know, you got people who are jumping on that bandwagon. So like that's what you also have to be careful about, because like some of that music comes and goes; it doesn't stay.
100%.
Exactly,
100%.
you know?
Even that goes for like a lot of the older, like, you know, like very dubsteppy stuff like that. Like that stuff all changes over time. You know, it's like I got into the scene. I was a dubstep DJ back in the day, but like grew older, club scene changed, audiences in the club changed.
We
Dubstep
definitely,
is tough.
yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
would have never had you on the
Yeah,
show
yeah.
if you were still playing dubstep.
That was definitely
it's a
tough.
very, very, very hard production to make. I give credit to whoever does it.
Oh,
But, you know, it's
yeah.
like our sounds
Yeah.
changed. And I think what really drew me more towards tech house and stuff was just, he's the one that got me into it, first off. So,
I'll take credit for
but
that.
it was, yeah. But it was just like the vibe of the party on the dance floor, and the people
It's
would
just all
attract.
different,
And, you know, it's not a
Yeah.
bunch of kids headbanging and going crazy. It's just it's a community of
Nothing against it.
good music. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
Nothing
no,
against it.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's a certain crowd that follows that,
Right.
Exactly.
and they're
It's-
married to it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Same thing with like hardcore techno.
Exactly.
Like it's like a cult group of people
Yep.
that
Yep.
follow that everywhere they go.
Yeah, no,
Right,
no
yeah.
discredit
You know?
to any of the producers out there that make any of that music or anything, but you know,
So you guys, so I want to take a step back. So
Yeah.
you guys spoke about how you had gotten to a point where you may have, we're going to go into different directions.
yeah,
Yeah.
So talk to me about that, because I think a lot of people struggle with that with their DJ careers. And I guess being an open format DJ, you were probably thinking maybe there's more opportunities.
Exact-
or
that was a
1000%.
big thing
He was
about it.
getting- You know,
That was
I
a
didn't
big
want to
thing,
do
yeah.
things like that, and he had, you know, every opportunity to be playing all these local bars,
Yep.
things like that. I really wanted to focus on music in the studio and a specific sound, and you know, we just weren't sure. It's like he's my best friend, but it's not when it comes down to like stuff like that. It's just what's
So
gonna work.
what's the thought process? Because I think a lot of people will probably go through the same thing, where
Yeah.
you know, like it's a tough industry, right?
100%.
I think it's just frustration. That's really what
Yeah,
it is. Because when
yeah.
you're at that cross point where nothing's happening, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
do I change it up? Do I got to go do
Dead.
something else? What am I doing? I don't.
Especially when it's
Yeah.
like winter comes along sometimes and it's like dead for a little bit, like show wise, and like he could get club gig or like, you know, open format
Yeah,
gigs,
but
weddings.
why wouldn't you do both?
I mean, he still does his own
I
stuff.
mean,
on his
sometimes
own.
I will do, you know, if there's an opportunity there, but it's nothing. If as long as it's nothing that's just like detrimental to like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You know
feel
what I mean?
feel like if there's any time for you to be able to do both, it'd probably be now. Like,
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
ex-
And
well,
he does it-
exactly, yeah,
He does it under
exactly.
a different name. You use Andrew Neves when you. do
Yeah,
all
it's
that
not like
stuff.
it's gonna
not
under
Andrew
RSAM,
Mason.
and like there's been times where he's done a few by himself as well, and like I don't have no hard feelings. It is what it is. Like, you know, it's a business. We're all just doing our thing. But when it
Yeah.
really comes down to it, like this is us.
Yeah. And it will be.
And I
so.
mean, and that was also what like almost 2 years ago when that happened.
Yeah,
so
it was-
we've
it was-
obviously
it's-
matured
it's
and
been a
gotten
minute- it's been a
taken
minute
this like
since we
way too more seriously than it was
figured
at
out
the
you
how-
time.
guys, you guys do this full time, right? This is
I mean,
full time for you guys.
It's not full time. We both have different jobs, but
Yeah.
you know, like music wise, on
Yeah.
the weekends, it's this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything
This is
other
it.
than our actual
Until it
work,
starts
it's all about
paying the
this.
big
Yeah,
bills,
that's
you
it.
know.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
So-
you guys are in the studio any chance you get.
I mean, yeah,
Pretty
I have it in
much.
my
It's
basement.
right in his basement,
So,
yeah,
you know,
so-
I'm there every day.
That's great.
So
You
easy,
know, when
easy
he's
access.
out of work, he's over. You know, we're back to it.
So like when we had you guys, I mean, you guys are young guys, right? I mean,
Yes.
when we had
Relatively,
you-
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, when we had you guys on the show 3 years ago,
We were younger guys.
you were younger guys.
Yeah, a lot of-
But I guess, you know, let's discuss some of the challenges. You know, like what are some of the biggest challenges you guys have faced over the last 3 years, and what are some of the challenges you're still facing? Like what are these challenges? Because I think every DJ's facing these challenges,
I
right?
think,
so we want to know what these challenges are.
One thing right off the bat would be not, you know, just politics in the club industry, but you can play here, but you can't play here. So it's
Yeah,
like
that
like
gets
the
tough.
biggest.
That's a
It's
big
bull game,
Jersey
yeah.
thing.
Ass.
That's a
It's
big
just-
Jersey thing.
That's a
we're
big
loyal
Jersey
to the
thing.
people
It
who help
is.
us, but it's also like, well, so and so is playing here. Why can't we do this? But it's like, you know, that is
At the end of the
definitely.
day, we're loyal.
Yeah,
and we're gonna stick
100%.
with the people who are giving us
Yeah,
work.
exactly.
But that is frustration. It's like we want to play somewhere, and they're like, you really can't. Like, we're not gonna do that. It's like,
Yeah,
all
I don't
right,
think
mean,
any DJ is a big fan of that.
Not at
No.
all. I couldn't agree
Yeah.
more. It's just like everybody should be working together no matter what. Like, you know, not we're going to go against anybody's party or anything
I
like
mean,
that.
you guys have a
Right.
talent, and you're being hired for your talent, and you should be able to bring that everywhere.
Right.
A promoter shouldn't determine how much you're going to work.
Yeah,
You
and
know
that
what I mean?
Right.
leads me to another point, frustration-wise. We want to be booked for our talent, not because we could bring out a shit ton of people. Which,
Yeah,
which
that's
we,
another
which we
big
do,
thing.
and we do.
That changed.
Which we
that
do.
changed a while
You know,
ago.
every party
Yeah,
we do,
yeah.
we
do our part.
You know,
But-
yeah,
We have our
But
following.
I
but
mean, I think it's always been like that, though.
yeah.
for
Yeah,
yeah,
you
well,
have to have a
promoter
draw.
wants
I
to
mean,
save
but
his
no, no,
ass,
I
of
mean,
course.
I think even before the digital age, and even when people were playing vinyl, a lot had to do,
With the
you
draw,
know,
yeah.
with
Yeah,
your draw.
Of course.
But
yeah.
it was
People
always
wanna put
about the
bodies in
draw.
the club, of course.
and we get that, like 100%
Yeah.
get that. But now that we've been doing it for so long, it comes to the point where it's like I want to be booked because you're going to get the
Yeah, you
right
know you're gonna
set,
get
the
a
right music,
proper
not some
support
Joe
set.
Show who doesn't know what he's really
Yeah,
doing,
But
exactly.
but bringing out
it's
a lot
different
of
now.
people.
Now they want you to bring them to the club, and now they want them to spend as much money as
Of
possible.
course.
Right.
How
Yeah.
many tables are
On
you
top
going to
of
bring?
it, so it's not
What are they
just
gonna
like
spend, you
it's
know?
not just getting people to the club, because getting bodies to the club is one thing, but they want you to bring the people that are spending the most money.
Exactly.
You
Of
know?
course.
Another
And I
fa-
mean, like I
That's
said,
tough.
it's a business, so I get it on their end, but like it's definitely hard and frustrating on not just us, but like anyone who's DJing.
Of course,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that there are a lot of DJs, obviously, that are big draws.
Oh, of course.
course.
And
Yeah.
then there are a lot of big name DJs that are not big draws.
We've
Yeah.
seen it. Out
You know
there.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
living in
Yeah.
Jersey, like we
Yeah,
see it.
100%.
Someone who's going to kill it somewhere else is not going to
Yeah, like you would
do
think,
as good
like,
in where we're from.
I saw a video where they had Mark Knight playing Tropics in Long Island.
Okay. That was just recently.
And it didn't look like it was like super crowded.
right.
You
And
know?
you put him in Manhattan, and the
And my-
entire place
yeah,
is going to
or
be
maybe
or
like
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn
Well,
Rise.
yeah,
yeah,
Brooklyn.
of course.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
especially the music in Jersey is not like it is in Brooklyn. Like, Tech House, I think, is just starting to make its way there.
Yep.
But like when we play anywhere in Brooklyn, it's just the crowd
Yeah,
loves
it's
it
like
no
that
matter
just
what.
came over.
It's just
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So let's touch about that in Jersey, because I know that Jersey's kind of weird in the sense that it's got like a big like fist pumping EDM
Yes.
sector,
Very much.
Yes.
Very
and
much
then it's
so.
got I guess it's got its little pockets. Like
Yeah.
what's that like?
It is what it is. You can't force people to like
Yeah.
music, but you hope one day that Tech House is an acquired sound. It
Yep.
definitely
Yeah.
is. I wasn't into it when I first started listening to this music and going out. We played parties where you could tell like at some of these like more open format clubs where we played Tech House, and you could just see
Right.
the look on some girls' faces and things like that they don't know, like where's the drop, or like when's
Hey,
it
something
gonna
we can
Atlantic
dance
City's a
to.
place for
Yeah,
that.
like,
Like,
how
that
many
gets
times
tough
be
when you start
like-
mixing genres down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too,
yeah,
like
exactly.
somewhere like
AC
that, 'cause we do AC a lot.
AC, the Beach Club's great. We've been playing at HQ Beach Club, awesome time. But
Yeah, it's amazing
the
there.
nightclubs out there is it's very hard to get a
commer-
crowd.
The
nightclubs are
commercial
very
beach.
commercial,
You go to
top
Atlantic
40, and I
City,
get it, it's
you
Atlantic
wanna
City.
hear
I mean,
Vegas type.
Yeah,
Right.
People going nuts. They want to hear
That's the business end of
Tsunami,
it.
Booyah, all the
all that stuff.
classics
right.
from 2012, and it's just like people need to open their ears and their minds a little more too.
I feel like in Jersey and in a lot of places you have like 2012 has just remained
That's
Still.
it. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
only- I mean,
year.
look at DJs.
If you go to a-
DJs
like-
calling, Alesso gets played maybe 15 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
had a
true, though,
video
yeah.
last year of Alesso doing an interview. I think it was on Beats and Booze. I forget what it is, but they're good guys. They had Alesso on there last year, and they were showing him a video. They're like, hey, this is 4 p.m. in the afternoon at DJ's, and it's calling, and the whole crowd is just going insane. And he was bugging out. He's like, that's wild. But yeah, it's just stuck there.
Yeah, a lot of the
Stuck
places
there.
down there are still
They're just
stuck in
stuck
like
in
that.
that,
Well,
so,
they're
you know.
young. I mean, the
Yeah.
crowd is super young at DJ.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
well-
oh, yeah, yeah.
But to think that they're young, and when that song was actually out,
Yeah, well,
Years
that's
ago,
what I think
right,
about. I'm
years
like,
they
ago,
were
and it's
like
still-
not
How old
even
were you
of
when this
age,
song
you
came
know?
out?
They were
Don't get me
probably
wrong,
like
the guy loves
12 years old.
love
or
DJs, and I
14
love the
years
guys
old,
over
you know?
there. They're
Yeah,
great
it's
guys.
Crazy.
Oh, we're not bashing them.
No,
No,
of
not at
course,
all.
of course.
I love all
It's
those
like
guys.
it is. It's the music.
Shout
That's-
out Bond.
Like
What's
I
up?
said, like
Kip
that
was all the
song was how
Yeah.
old now? Like at least 8
gone.
years,
It's
maybe
gone,
more.
yeah.
Like, and it's still pumping out
But it's
20 times a day there on a
Much so.
Saturday. Like you can't
But
beat
you know
it.
what? It's not just like places like DJs. It's like
it's everywhere.
if you like if you ever been to like private parties, it's the same thing.
of course,
Right.
Of course,
You know what I'm
of
saying?
course.
Like
No, it
it's
is.
the same thing.
Weddings,
Like
it's-
new music is not breaking like it was like back in
Oh, no
those
way,
back in
yeah.
those days of that music. Radio was still relevant,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
where everybody was sort of listening to their music. But
Yeah.
now you might listen to Spotify, but you might listen to Apple Music, so
Yeah.
it's all different now.
Of course.
Right.
You know?
And yeah, and that's funny. It's like everything nowadays, like, you would be surprised when it's like artists don't make money off of record sales nearly as much as like they'd make money
Probably
off of
did,
like
yeah.
streams on Spotify and things like that. That's where the money is. Like,
So that's the big thing. So I mean, is that what you guys are shooting for musically, like with your tracks? Is it to get it on Spotify?
yeah, I mean, we're on Spotify. We're verified on Spotify. I know one of the new tracks we have coming out is definitely going to be up there. The other
Oh,
two
yeah.
should definitely be up there for sure.
Definitely.
The only thing about Spotify is it doesn't allow you to upload like your own personal edits and things like that. It has to be through like a label, or something
right,
like
yeah.
that. I think they're working on changing that with the platform.
iTunes is the
Yeah.
same way, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not like
It's
a
crazy 'cause
SoundCloud
iTunes
where
is
people
about
can
to be
just go on
discontinued.
and listen
Yeah,
to it. You know.
they're changing that.
They're
Yeah,
changing
getting
that.
rid
I
of
saw
all
that. I was like,
Apple-
wow.
Apple changes everything.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys think about the whole changeover of Beatport and how they're going to a subscription model?
I
think
didn't,
that
didn't
that's
even
gonna-
know that.
Yeah. I
No,
know,
but
either.
I mean, I buy everything off Beatport. I like to support
So
every
yeah,
other
so
artist,
they're changing. They actually started their platform where you can pay a monthly fee and have unlimited access to
Sign
all
me up.
their,
You just sold me.
their
No.
tracks.
I'll never forget the other day I got
That's
so
not bad.
angry because I was on the web browser and like I added a bunch of tracks to the cart and then like the cart icon wouldn't come up and I'm like, where is it? I had to like
Yeah, I
go
didn't
on a
see
different
that.
web browser to get to it. I don't know what was going on, but I was freaking out. I was like, take my money.
So is that where you're shopping mostly?
Yes,
Yeah.
Beatport. Yeah,
What
yeah.
about Track Source?
I think we've learned
I've used
that
TrackSource before too, for sure.
not to just try to download stuff for free and actually get the
Yeah,
real
yeah,
record.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
get the
I won't
real-
even
One
touch
of
like
the biggest
something
fear
else.
would probably be like trying to download a track offline somewhere and then like a
You gotta
knows?
support,
Yeah.
you gotta
hardware
support
on
the
air
business.
comes in or something.
Well,
like
exactly.
That.
Let's buy our
Bugging
track.
out.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
That's another thing because I want people to buy our stuff.
exactly.
Like I'm
so
going to
support every other
you know,
artist there
and
is.
do it the right
100%,
way.
100%.
I,
Yes.
I think it's
Unless I can't buy the tracks.
You know,
then I'm gonna get
it's
somehow.
one of those things. Look, you have a lot of DJs that are playing in the circuit that just everybody's on like these lists where they get a ton of music for free.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of that happening amongst the DJs who are playing the circuit,
Yeah.
right? And then, you know, there's so much music that comes out. It's just like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so like, it could become like an expensive thing.
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
very
yeah.
expensive thing.
You know,
Yeah, even
if
being a
you want to,
producer, like,
because like,
want a new plugin, $200. Want to buy some tracks for the set, another
Yeah.
$50. You know,
you could sit
Yeah.
need a new
on
computer.
Beatport
That's like $5,000. I'm looking at it, I'm like,
and you could add every fucking track on the site.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, in like
Exactly.
one sitting, you're like, okay, well, this,
Yeah.
I like this, I like this, I like this, and then before you know it, your cart's like $300.
Yeah. no.
Yep.
Mm.
No, that
Right?
happens to me all the
Yeah,
time. Like,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
these are only $1. I can get a whole bunch of these. Then next thing you
2
know, right,
hours
it's
later.
$100, whatever it is. It's like,
But
wow.
yeah.
And how
Good
often?
stuff.
So the thing is this: you're buying tracks. You know, you're spending X amount of dollars per week on Beatport. How many times do you think you actually play those tracks?
That's also another thing.
That's
yeah.
a very good point. It's I
I'll
couldn't
get
tell
a
you.
lot of tracks and
I
like
couldn't
you won't
tell
even
you.
realize you're not,
It's
not
not
even
bad to
playing
have them, but you know what? It happens all the time. Where
Yeah.
we'll be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna play this at the club tonight, and then you get there and you're like, shit, I didn't even play that
You
pl-
never
track I
play
wanted
it,
to play.
right? Yeah,
Right.
you
Or
never
this
even
other
play it.
5
That
tracks.
happens so often.
Yeah,
all
we
the
even get to
time.
play some of our own records we want to play sometimes.
Right.
It's like, you know, we're still DJs at the end of the day, so we got to read the crowd, pay attention to
Or
the
how
vibe.
about
Yeah.
buying a track that you already bought?
No,
that ever
Beatport
happen?
won't let me do that because I
Yeah, I
use
don't
my
know if
same
I've done
account.
that.
So it's like, it comes up like, you have already bought this track. I'm like,
Well,
well,
but
thank
That's
you.
some
nice of them.
Thank you.
Well, they do that. They definitely do that.
Yeah.
TrackSource does that too. But the problem is sometimes a track gets released on multiple labels.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna
And
say
that they don't
yeah.
protect
Yeah,
you
yeah.
from.
It's funny that you bring that up because I was actually on Beatport today going through music and I'm going through like a new a compilation. I was looking at a new Tool Room compilation. I'm looking at one track and then I'm looking in my cart, which like from a couple weeks ago, I already have stuff in it. It's just same track. It's just like wasn't on that. It was through
Yeah,
the
well, it's on
labels.
the
I'm like, wait, I have
compilation,
two
it's
of them
gonna
right
come out,
here.
and they got you
I can't
twice.
I'm not buying
They
both of
take
them.
it
They
$2,
do.
59 cents
They
twice.
do
Right.
that shit a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Where they're pushing tracks on multiple labels, and they know that people are not going to realize
Yeah.
that they already bought it.
I mean,
Right,
even when it
yeah,
comes down to
exactly.
money with anything in this industry, it adds up. Whether it's Dropbox, SoundCloud, Spotify,
Everything we
Beatport,
use.
plugins, new headphones, laptops, things like that. It adds up quick. Monthly subscriptions. Like,
Is there any records that you guys played last time you were here that are still working for you?
Honestly, I don't even think so.
I'm not,
Not
sure.
that I can think of off the top of my head.
There's like so much music coming out, and there's good music coming out. You know, like how do you like? Is there any records that are still like popping that you played last time you were here?
calling by Alessa?
Yeah. Imagine.
Maybe like that Canas remode when we played that.
We
a
like
couple
never.
times.
I don't know.
But
We
not
like
recently.
never. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think so. Everything we
Yeah.
have is definitely new.
So you're
Yeah.
constantly changing. That's
Yeah,
good.
constantly changing
You
out,
always you
yeah.
have to adapt in this scene all the time. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
And being a duo, how does that work? Like, we see so Espinal and Nova, who are here today.
That's
and
right.
They,
Shout
Shout
out to the
out.
boys.
they
Shout out
have
to the
their
boys.
monthly show. They have a good synergy when they play together.
Yeah, they're all right.
You know.
Yeah, Nova's gonna come over here right now.
Yeah. How do you guys, how do you build that synergy? Like how is it? Like I don't know if I could do.
A lot of times we get up there and wherever we're playing and we don't have anything planned and we just feed off each other.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
And that's like really the best way I think we figured out doing instead of like really trying to plan something and just go through it.
And
And it's
going
like-
back to like when we were gonna
Yep.
take a break for a minute, it was like I played this one shot in Philly, opened up for Solardo, and Andrew came, and I was just like, it just wasn't the same feeling. Like like having him there. I like the rush of not knowing what he's gonna play. I also like being up there with somebody else. It takes
We have
less
more
off
fun.
you. It's way more
Yeah,
fun.
way more fun.
It's just it's a
And is it a mix for mix type of thing?
yeah. We go track for track.
Track for track.
I know
100%.
duos that'll do two tracks, but we like to, because we get amped up off each other. Like he'll play something, and then he'll look over at me, and I'll have the same song lined up, ready to play. And that happens a lot.
It's like, nope, sorry.
So as far as like DJ budgets, because we know like in New York City the DJ budget's terrible.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting booked with separate budgets, or it's always like, here, this is the DJ budget, split it up?
I mean, it's usually our fee, and then we
Yeah.
split it.
Okay.
And we
Yeah.
take care of management, and then we haven't even been keeping the money. We've just been feeding
We
it
just
back
throw it
into
into it, like-
advertisements
right,
and
yeah.
things that we need. We've been
Smart.
We're trying to get our RSAM LLC, but I guess LegalZoom doesn't want us to because they've just been giving us an issue for about 2 months now. We're waiting on the seal from the state for. I don't
We
know.
got it, though.
Andrew's been on the phone with them like 10 times.
We got it.
The first
So-
problem was using LegalZoom.
Yeah.
That was your first problem.
That's definitely what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But yeah, we're
Legal
trying to,
Zoom.
we're
Yeah,
trying to take it the professional way, and
right,
not just
exactly.
take the money we get from a booking and spend it on ourselves or reinvest into our future of, advertisements on Facebook and Instagram. And like our buddy Jay has been running our social media now, and he's really helped taking on that load, and he knows what he's doing with
That's
social
It's
media.
just
and
very, also just
marketing.
very different from like how
So-
we were 3 years ago, and now everything is just.
Yeah, it's
Not that social media wasn't big 3 years ago, but now it's like
Nowadays,
really
everything is-
everything. It's
You go
it's
back 3 years
everything.
ago, there wasn't ads on Instagram like there is
Right.
nowadays. You weren't able to like swipe up and buy tickets to something. Like
Right.
you have to be able to
exactly.
adapt to social media, and it's
I think
Very
it's.
important.
I think it's very overwhelming.
Well, it is over
and
100%.
Social media is taking over the world.
It is overwhelming, and it's funny because I was reading they have like these industry reports,
Yeah.
and one of the sections in the report is like mental health
Okay.
and how social media is affecting artists' mental health.
100%.
Oh
How
yeah.
they feel overwhelmed, they feel stressed,
Yeah,
they
man.
feel like they're not doing enough.
People getting attacked by
Right.
other,
People getting
people
attacked.
commenting stupid shit.
I also read an article that they were going to take away the like button.
I
You
did,
know what?
we saw
I
that
did read
too.
that too, which is good.
Yeah.
You know what? Also, you've had promoters be like, "Well, how many followers do you have on Instagram?" I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But if they take away the like button,
Yeah.
you know how many people started businesses? You know
Right,
how many
yeah,
likes
the
they get?
influencers,
Buy
all
my
that.
Instagram models.
All
Like,
these people
sorry.
that have been putting the money, like
Yeah.
all the money they
Yeah.
make into their Instagram to build it up,
Right.
to have a platform to make money,
Very true.
they're just going to be done.
Yeah, very
That's it.
true. I
Curious to see what happens with
yes,
that.
that's
If
going to be
actually
very
a thing,
interesting.
or-
I think
Who
that they
knows?
should shut down like Instagram and Facebook for like 5 hours a day.
Oh my God.
And
People would
like,
be going
just
nuts.
Come up on your stream, like go outside,
It's
do something else.
It's funny because like over the last couple of weeks they've had some outages.
See when it goes
Oh,
down,
yeah,
everyone's
they
freaking
bring
out.
Everybody's
Oh
freaking
yes.
out, like putting
Instagram
up,
had an
I'm
outage.
not-
Yeah,
I'm not-
recently,
I'm
just the other
addicted
day.
to my phone,
and they're putting
so.
up people like is your pictures not
your
working?
Instagram-
I can't.
Is your story loading?
Yeah, yeah.
Freaking out.
It's so crazy.
That was
You,
how
you know, like
fucked up it
like
is.
the kids that are growing up today, like I have a 2-year-old son, like he's fucked.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna know what the world was like.
Yeah, it's like
you know?
another
Right.
thing. Like I grew up playing video games. Kids nowadays are writing dance hits on their laptops at 12 years old.
Yeah.
It's
I'm like,
crazy.
Yep.
well, shit, I should have been doing that.
These kids at 5 years old have cell phones. And They're
Yeah.
calling people already. To, like,
You know,
it's wild.
It is. We're headed to a fucking bad place.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
We
getting
really
weird.
are. We really
It's
are.
getting weird.
It's serious.
I'm waiting for the day where I could just like, Wi-Fi my phone to my CDJ.
Yeah, it's gonna-
So I
it's
don't even
gonna
need a USB stick or whatever.
Until the Wi-Fi cuts and then nothing's playing.
Yeah, true.
It's gonna
That
come.
There's gonna be. I can imagine, like especially with this equipment nowadays, what it's gonna be like in
Well,
3
what do you
years
think
from
is
now.
next with like DJ technology?
Oh Christ, I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
who even
I don't
knows?
know.
I mean, they have needles now, like the phase. Have you seen the phase?
No, I haven't.
So it's like just 2 controls. You could put it on anything that spins, and you could control Serato.
It's
nuts.
Dish plates.
You can
Yeah.
put it on anything that spins, like literally.
You get like 2 monster truck tires.
Yes, it's
That's
nuts.
That's
wild.
crazy.
Do you think that it can ever get to a point where the DJ could be some artificial intelligence
Hologram type.
or just somebody that's playing the music?
I don't know. I'm afraid. Technology
friend-
scares me,
My
man.
Yeah,
friend
that's
actually
it.
sent me a video. He was in some place in LA, and a robot was DJing on this huge LED wall.
Jeez.
And someone curated the music for the robot, but like the robot was up there clapping. and
Oh,
fist
Oh my
pumping,
God.
and
I wanna
doing
see that
the
video.
Jesus.
What?
I'll show it to you
Yeah.
later. But it's just like crazy, like to see this 20-foot robot DJing the party.
That's
you know?
ridiculous.
I saw Skrillex a long time ago at Starling Ballroom, probably back in like 2011, and he had all these, like, I don't know what it was, but like biometric things hooked up to him wherever what he did, the guy on the screen did behind him. It was crazy. And I was
Yeah.
like, I haven't seen anything like
Yeah.
that since then, but like thinking
Who
about
knows?
that and like what you could do and like what you see in CGI and movies behind the scenes and stuff like that, like it's scary.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
one
getting
day,
crazy.
like,
Well, I think the only way, and I don't think it's far fetched, but I think that there could be a way in the future where the DJ would be an automatic like thing.
I can
And
see
the way it would be done is like everybody's musical tastes are somewhere in the cloud.
okay.
And when you swipe in to go into the club, they know what music you like.
Okay.
Oh my
Right?
God, that would be so.
Right. Almost like a silent
and then,
disco
So what
type
happens
when they
is there's a computer that's going to aggregate the data of
Oh
everybody
my
in the club.
God, this is like
And they're gonna-
intense.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
serious,
Yeah.
By
like-
that time,
Oh, that's
we
cool,
won't even
though.
be in
But
nightclubs.
I'm
Yeah,
serious,
yeah,
like,
we're all
yeah.
screwed, man.
like
We're all out of work.
that's where the world is going, not just in music, but in everything.
It's
Nah,
not-
it's
you know,
true.
yeah.
Just
Like-
think about like when you're in your house and you're talking about things. If you have Alexa or
Right, yeah.
and then all of a
Can you
sudden
see
you go on
adding-
Facebook and
yeah.
like you have an ad for it.
Yeah.
I heard in like
Yeah,
China
it's-
they could like see people's like bank, like the government could see like your bank account, like what your social net is, like what you're worth, basically. You're like on the screen, like one day it's gonna come up, you could just tell.
That's
like,
what it's gonna be.
It's scary stuff.
They already know. So you watch like Black Mirror, they already have that stuff in it. They already know.
You know what Black Mirror is? It's like the black screen. It's a
We
reflection
already
of
know
you
what
looking
you're
at
gonna
your
play.
Nope.
phone.
We know.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you guys back.
I appreciate
We
Yeah,
it.
want
very
we want to
excited
hear
to be
we want to
back.
hear some music. So
We got some good
Plenty
stuff.
Of, you're gonna hear a
A
lot,
lot
of
of
originals.
a lot of
All right,
originals.
cool.
We just did a free release pack Memorial Day weekend on Digital Music Pool.
Yeah, shout out South.
South Cianci and all the boys over there. But yeah, we're gonna play a couple of those. We're gonna play the new one coming out, Country Club Disco.
We got a couple others, too.
Couple
Yeah, we got a
others. We
few
got
others.
coming out on Soup in the fall. One other big one that we're excited about.
Yep.
And yeah, just gonna let
And
it
then
ride.
just, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to get RSAM up on the decks. Go to thefunctionhouse.com. It comes right up on the screen. No interruptions. Facebook is probably going to shut these guys down. So go to thefunctionhouse.com. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. All right, we got RSAM live from Red Hook here at the Function House.
This is an emergency alert system. Monster warning. A monster attack emergency is in progress. Various unidentified monsters are attacking all capital cities. Widespread destruction is expected. Evacuate all CCTV areas immediately. This is an emergency alert system. Monster warning. A monster attack emergency is in progress. Various unidentified monsters are attacking all capital cities. Widespread destruction is expected. Evacuate all CCTV areas immediately.
club, she dancing on me. I don't know what she doing to me.
How things at night. Crazy things at night. I do crazy things at night. Crazy things at night. I do crazy things at night. Crazy things at night. I do crazy things at night. Crazy things at night. I do crazy things at night. Crazy things at night.
slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Get your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright, alright. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Get your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright, alright. Everybody get up.
Everybody get
Everybody get low, 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 low. High, 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 low, low, low. Everybody get low, 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 low. High, 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 low, low, low. Everybody get low, 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 low. High, 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 low, low, low. Everybody get. Everybody get. When you in my party, put your phone down.
put out a record, get famous, get girls. I just wanted to get girls.
put out a record, get famous, get big. You know.
for the archives.
I made this record like over a year ago.
Yeah.
Put it out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the last 4 were ours, pretty much. Yeah, everybody wondering.
Talk to me. Yep.
All right, we'll give it up for RSAM.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you guys for having us
Appreciate
again.
it.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
back, man.
Of course,
Please,
anytime.
Let's not make it 3 years this time.
What gigs you got coming up? What's coming up for you guys?
Right now, a lot of pretty much studio time is what
Studio
Birch have in. We
time.
have a Dirty South boat party in August we're doing, and that's pretty much like our big one. We have stuff coming up for Labor Day. We can't, I don't want to like put it out yet, but that's going to be
3 big ones for Labor
Yeah,
Day coming
yeah.
up.
Okay,
that'd
cool.
be worked on.
We
so.
just want to confirm before we say anything.
Yep.
obviously.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm sure the other stuff will pop up, but we're not
Yeah.
worried about that right now. Just studio.
Yeah.
When's this release? When's
That's
the
not
last
even been
4?
sent to like a. I've been thinking about reworking it. I don't know. So
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, we played about 5 or 6 of our own, maybe more.
There played more than
Yeah,
that. I know he
more,
played a little
more.
bit more than that.
Any of them are out?
The first one, the intro was the one on
One-
Kreider Susumi. That was
yeah,
the first
yeah.
one.
The second one is another one that's free. That's like something we sent to Glasgow.
Yeah, a
Underground,
few of them
which
were
we're not-
free
we haven't heard back
releases.
yet. 3 of them are on Digital Music Pool. You can
Just
get it from.
Let everybody know where they can get your music.
Sure.
How to
You
follow
can go
you
on
guys.
SoundCloud too and download them for free. The 3 that we put out through a portal that we have, or Digital Music Pool if you have that.
Yeah.
Also, Country Club Disco, August 9th, our collab with Devin James coming out. There's actually a contest online. If you share it, you can win $200 to Beatport.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah,
come,
some
it's
incentives
good. It's a
there.
good compilation. It's a good
Yeah.
compilation coming out with a bunch of good artists on there, a bunch of good people. So
Awesome.
yeah, and then Soup Records in the fall, another 2 coming
Yeah,
out.
it's
on
another
there
2
too.
coming out
So-
then.
So
Good shit. Stay busy, guys.
That's
Yeah,
right.
working
That's
on it,
all it
working
is.
on it.
Yep.
Guys, thank you.
thank
course.
you guys.
Anytime.
Seriously.
Thank you.
RSAM came back, did their thing here at the Function House. Thanks for tuning in. You can catch the replay at thefunctionhouse.com. Peace.
Thank you guys.
Peace.